Hey everybody, hey nobody. Hey everybody. Here we go with that shaky stuff. I'm going live because I'm being obedient. This is Cassie Derwin. And today is 12/5/2023, right? So when we add 12/5/2023 up, we get 15, which reduces to 6. 6 is Venus. Today is a Tuesday. I hate when this thing is shaking, y'all. That bugged the heck out of me. Okay? I think I got it. But today, you see that little statue right there? That is one of my symbols for C.J. Freeman. So let me explain what today is about. Today is about, for me, today is a Jupiter day. For the collective, it is a Mars day. So Mars is in outward desires or outward attractions. No, desires. Desires. The things that you're desiring. And because it's my Jupiter day, I'm expanding on some things, right? Let me give you the time. It's 8:36 on the East Coast. That's 17. That's 8. This is a lesson. This is Saturn. This is about structure and order, okay? So, today is the King of Clubs. And if you know anything about the cards are a calendar. When I first started on this journey, I kept thinking, because at that time I didn't have a lot. And I kept thinking, there has got to be a simple way to do this. Even though someone gave me my first deck of cards, I couldn't read them. So that sent me on a journey to understand the cards. But I kept feeling like it was something to do with the playing cards. So eventually, I found a system, because there's different systems. Okay. There's different systems. Hey, TT. This is a day of study for me. This is my Jupiter day. Today, this is October the 9th's birthday. Card day. So I have that in my life. In August the 13th, they share the same card. And if you look at it, you can see similarities. So the first person that I found that I could understand, her name is Ann Cortez, and this is her book. This is her book. But the interesting story about her story is her father was born on, and it's George. Today is George, my brother-in-law, birthday. He's the King of Clubs too. So I got a lot of King of Clubs around me, because this is my Jupiter card. And if I can't learn from one King of Clubs energy, I can learn from another, because the universe makes sure I line up with these cards. Even if you don't know the cards, someone that knows the system can point these synchronicities out to you. So this book is called The Playing Card Oracle, and I'm also recording. So this is going to be a part of my podcast. This is The Playing Card Oracle, a source book for divination. And her name is Ann Cortez. And then her illustration and essays is by C.J. Freeman. C.J. Freeman is her father. And the cards start speaking to him pretty much like the cards start speaking to me. And when the cards started speaking to me, I started paying attention to them, and I found this system. And it say the playing card system, the playing card oracles, because some things, when they say oracle kind of goes with your intuition. It really doesn't have to be a particular system. So when I play with oracle cards, they sometimes have words on them and stuff. Well, she had a couple of different decks, and I started to follow her. But at that time, I didn't know. And this is like passion. This is one of his pictures. He drew all the pictures when she was growing up. And the first card I pull out of this deck is the Jack of Clubs. The Jack of Clubs is my card. I'm a part of the royal family. But being a Jack, and this is Lancelot, being a Jack, you can get along on both sides. You can get along with the higher ups as well as the mundane people, right? I can cross paths. And I'm trying to look for the card that's his. It's a picture in here somewhere of him. But his daughter is the one that has been entrusted with keeping the legacy going. That's why it's important to know who you are and where you come from. Because then, okay, here is C.J. Freeman. C.J. Freeman, that is him. And he was born 12/5/1941. And I don't know the date when his end date is, but 12, whenever I see a 1, a 5, and a 2, I know that I'm on the right track. So discovering these systems, one day I was sitting and I heard a voice. Some of his stuff it was kind of scary to me because they have me so scared of everything. I'm so scared of so many things, and there's really no reason for me to be afraid because my ancestors and my guides and my guards, they protect me, but that wasn't nurtured, so I don't know to look at them. I know to look at a couple of them because I still will talk to them. Like my grandmother and my auntie, that's because they listen to me on this side, and they're both the 7 of clubs. And right now, I'm learning those lessons from the 7 of clubs. So I have his latest system. It's called the Doors of San Lepith, because within us, we have stories. I grew up around storytellers, and we have stories in us, and I'm writing my story. And every day I learn another part of my story, right? So I'm sitting here thinking, I want to learn, I want to study today. What am I studying today? So the first thing I heard was Closer Than Close by Atlantic Star. And I looked it up, and Atlantic Star is the song Closer Than Close is an 8 of spades. An 8 of spades. When I think of the 8 of spades, I think of Saturn, but I also think of mastery. Because once you get to the 8 or the spades, that's like you've mastered something. You are mastering you have all the 8s in you. You have the 8 of spades, the 8 of diamonds, you have the 8 of clubs, you have the 8 of hearts. You have all the spades in your hand. So you're playing a game. So when I look at the 8 of spades, I know there's going to be, because it's an 8, it's going to have a lesson tied to it. It's going to have structure. The 8 is Saturn energy, which is Capricorn energy. And Capricorns can be workaholics to me. That's just how I see it. Because I grew up around a Capricorn and it seemed like they work a lot. So the 8 of spades is about strength and willpower. So this is a day about strength and willpower. And the song is trying to tell me, look at strength and willpower. So Closer Than Close. I'm getting closer and I'm getting hot, y'all. So I know I'm on the right track. I'm getting very hot. Whew, I'm getting very hot. So a spirit might come, but that is CJ. That is my marker for CJ Freeman. Oh, I don't have statues in here that are white, unless they are an owl or an elephant or something. So one day this statue spoke to me. He told me to close my eyes and he started speaking to me. I think I was live on here. So that's my marker. Whenever I feel his presence, that's the symbology for me, even though I have a picture of him. So that's why I say I have to break away from somebody else's vision. This is my vision. That's how I see him. So he's coming to me and he's telling me this is about strength and willpower. And I figure he's telling me that because I'm being leveled up. Okay. So, being that I'm being leveled up and being that today is a king of spades, today is my Jupiter card. Jupiter is about expansion, but for Jupiter is about faith. I have to have faith. Within my expansion, no matter what it is, I have to have faith, being that that's my Jupiter card. And the Jupiter card, the King of Clubs, which is today's energy. Hey, George. It's a card of mental mastery. I know this is, I know I'm on the right track. And I know that when C.J. Freeman probably was going through his journey, it was mental. So what did he do? He started drawing, which I do too. I draw pictures. I draw pictures. I make pictures because I got all this stuff in my head. So I draw stuff. So that let me know that I was on the right track. I have to express these things. So the King of Clubs, oh no. No, I'm doing something. I'm doing it's, that almost threw me, y'all. But the King of Clubs is the master teacher, the mental downloads, recognition of knowledge, acknowledgement, mentors. C.J. Freeman is one of my mentors, even though he's on the other side. But because I'm the blue in the sky, as far as I'm concerned, I'm 11. I have the energy of the moon, but then I have the energy of the jack. I have the energy of the two. The two is the moon. But when you got 11, that's two, too. So I have the energy of the jack. So I'm sitting here and I said, today is the King of Clubs. And today is my Jupiter, the King of Clubs. And then it said, this is what I want. I'm doing a sale, a Serenity session sale right now. It's $55. That's 2 5s. Spirit told me to do this. And I've been getting readings. So in order to manifest, you have to write it out. So with Uranus and breakthroughs, I said, I'm going to use my 4 energy. I have a 4 hearts and a 4 diamonds in my spread as a Jack of Clubs. So I wrote down 4 reads or more plus today. And then I wrote down 125/7. That's today's date. 12, the month is 12. That's the 3. If 1 and 2 is 3, that's Jupiter. So we're looking at Jupiter energy. The day's energy is 5. 5 is Mercury energy. So we got Jupiter and we got Mercury. And then 2023 is 7. Today is a 7 of hearts year, and 7 is Neptune energy. So I'm looking at all this, and I said, so I got Jupiter, which I know is faith. I got Mercury energy, which I know is mental. So I got to have faith in my mentality and the way that I think about this and the way that I do this. And then 7 is Neptune, and Neptune is inspiration. So I'm inspired to do this. I was inspired to do this. So I went outside today because I had to take someone to work. So as I take them to work on the way home, I hear the whisper say, go this way, go to 586. So I'm like, okay. I'm so happy y'all speaking to me this morning, and I'm going to go ahead and ride past this house. So I go past where I grew up, and I didn't know what, and seriously, take Featherstone to University to Victory. Now go Car. I need you to turn at Court. And now go down Victory, and I need you to go down the Vista. So I'm doing this, so I didn't know what it was. Well, right in front of 592, because that was the first thing I seen this morning. One of the first spirits I talked to was Audrey. I said, hey, Audrey, because I seen her number. And I know I'm on the right track. So I get to Audrey's house, and there is a speed bump. And I was like, oh, we ain't never had this. Coming down the hill, you got to slow down, and coming up the hill, you got to slow down. So then when I get to 586, I look at 586, and it looks different. It no longer belongs to my energy or anything to do with me. It's just where I grew up. And I look at 586, and I said, okay, so somebody's home and somebody's up because I see lights on. But then I noticed this is what they wanted to show me. They wanted to show me the speed bump because it's about slowing down. But then they wanted to show me the dogs, is because there's some dogs over there, some big dogs. I don't know what kind of dogs they are, but one of them is white. I know. I think it's a boy and a girl dog. They live in the garage. But they've been digging under the fence because they got this white part on the other part of the fence where it dipped down. And I said, oh, they wanted me to see that the dogs is digging. Well, dogs backwards is God. I felt like whatever I've been facing, I can go under it. So just then I heard George Clinton, One Nation Under a Groove. I just heard that to me. So I look up that. Let me write that down. Because it say you can go over a problem. You can go over it, under it, and around it. You don't have to be stuck. And sometimes we get stuck in our mental. So then another spirit came to me. I'm just going to call this spirit Mississippi. And it wanted me to look at its end date and its beginning date. So this is the King of Clubs talking to me. So Mississippi's beginning date was 6/22/1929. So when I added all that together, I got a 4. 4 is Uranus. So this is about a breakthrough, right? Remember, we still dealing with the club. So this is a mental breakthrough. Mastery of a mental breakthrough. So then I added the end date, and that was 3/10/2016. You add that together, you get a 4 again. Double breakthroughs. This is a strong breakthrough because if you got the energy once, then you partnership up with it again, that's going to be even stronger. So that's a 4 again. So then I said, I'm going to call this person Mississippi. So the I stood out. There's 4 I's in Mississippi and there's 4 S's in Mississippi, right? So then I did the I's in Mississippi's equal a solar value of 9. 9 times 4 is 36. 36 is the 10 of diamonds. That's the center of the universe. That's the sweet spot. Okay, but you got to have clarity. I am the clarity in that because I'm displacing the Jack of Hearts. I mean the 10 of Hearts. So I'm like, ooh, and I'm getting hot. So I'm like, okay, so we got 36. And then I took the S's in Mississippi, and the solar value for the letter S is 19. So 19 times 4 is 76. You take, because you only got 52 cards, you take 52 and you minus that from 76, and you get 24. 24, so your solar value is the Jack of Clubs, me. So I took the Jack of Clubs. So I know this is what I did. So I know this is about me, right? And also Cassie Derwin, the persona that I made, or the whatever you want to call her, she's a King of Clubs. She's an Aries King of Clubs. So this is about mental mastery, no matter how I look at it. The day lines up with the King of Clubs. C.J. Freeman lines up with the King of Clubs. My Jupiter is the King of Clubs. So I'm looking at all this King of Club energy, and I know this is about mental mastery. So I add okay, so I add 21 plus 21, the 8 of clubs, plus 39, the King of Diamond. That's the end date and the start date. Those are their cards for Mississippi. And it came up to 60. So I took 60 minus 52 and I got the 8 of hearts. The 8 of hearts is my result card. So if I can get through this, so this is what Diamond is always telling me. If I can get through Pluto, my Pluto card is the two of spades. The 2 of spades is my sister. My sister has always supported me, but it's telling me to partnership up with with this lesson, whatever this lesson is, I'm gonna tell you the two of spades is like friendship, partnership, and that is my Pluto card. Pluto is the transformation. Pluto is Scorpio. It's about transforming, and you have to know what it is you're transforming to. So the two of spades, which is my Pluto card, it's about friendship and cooperation. I have to be friendly on this journey with myself and my spirit, guys, right? I have to want to cooperate, but I have to master this. So me saying I don't like people and all that, that's like me fighting against myself. But the eight of hearts, my result card or my reward card, or the tools that I get to use, this mental mastery, is power over people. That's what it's all done for. So I can have the tools to have power over people. So the eight of hearts can be, it say playboy, playgirl, power and love, socialite, massage therapist, touch healer, Reiki psychic, bullying, heartbreak, success in work, and charismatic. It say the eight of heart represents the power of love and relationship. So if I take my eight of hearts after I get past the two of spades, after I change how I think, and I told my sister how much I love her because now I can see her. You have to move away from the mundane life and look at, everybody ain't here for the same thing. Everybody's not here for the same thing. No one should think that everyone has to do it the way that everybody else do it. I I I'm not to do it the way that everyone else do it, and I had to get out of my way to understand that. I could never understand. You have a particular way of that God wants you to do this, but you have to surrender to see what it is that you're supposed to be doing, right? So these cards are talking to me. The ace. So we looking at his number, ace 2. So the 12. So that's 12 right there. The partnership. It's about passion. It's about passionate, but it's about a partnership, a collaboration. And the 5 is the illusion. It's quick. See how you can see her? You see her, but she's looking at her illusion. One is young and one is old. It's how you see it, and that's why I named it how you see it. How I see it, period. I have to do this how I see it. It's not for someone to tell me what I'm seeing, because they can't see what I'm seeing, because I'm only seeing what I'm seeing. When I connect to somebody else, then we're in a partnership or a collaboration, and that's how I do the readings. A partnership with you, I sit with you, I listen to you, and I use my tools to help us, because when I'm doing this, I'm helping me also. It said the eight of hearts are often gifted in interpersonal communication and emotional intelligence. These people are also gifted with a strong healing power, especially touch. So when I read that, and then I look at my chart, my astrology chart, and I know that I have in my fifth house, I have Chiron, and having in Pisces, and having that makes me a healer. It makes me have healing abilities, and that made me understand a lot. And that was coming in yesterday about the Chiron in Pisces in the fifth house. I have healing abilities. And all of these modalities go together: cardology, numerology, uh, astrology. We look at all of these modalities, we look at the human designs, we look at all these things, and we get to see ourselves. Because the thing about it, we're here to study this, where I'm here to study to show myself as a woman dividing the truth. That's all I'm doing. I know it says workman, but because I am not a Christian, I seen this parody where the man say, "Don't be telling us what we do. You don't even go to church." You right. I used to go to church, but that don't stop me from reading the Bible and having a relationship with God. Even with the earth God Jesus, I can still have a relationship with the earth God Jesus because he for the world. That's the whole thing. He for everybody. You get to decide if you want to have a relationship with Jesus or not. And it's not for anyone to tell you, well, you was this and you was that. That's not your place. Your place is to establish your relationship with Jesus. And if that's what you want to call him, your end all be all, that's cool. But because there is restriction there, I was not supposed to be restricted. That's why I'm not supposed to be in any religion. I can study them all, but I am not to solidify my connection far as taking the oath. I'm not to do that because I'm supposed to be for everyone. And if I restrict myself, then I can't go. It's like TD Jakes said when they was doing the Million Man March. He said, how can you have a Christian body and have a Muslim head? Meaning, if you say you a Christian, you can't follow Minister Louis Farrakhan. That's what he's telling you. You're restricted. They don't believe in the same thing. And he preaches from the Bible at times. Because we're on earth. That's an earth God. So being that we on earth, we have to get structure and order. Okay. So then once I saw that was my result card, my gifts as a Jack of Club today, playing with the King of Clubs, Cassie Derwin wanted to come and sit down and talk. Cassie Derwin is a King of Clubs. She's an Aries King of Clubs, which I need that Aries energy. That's that spark. I need that spark. And today was that spark because I've been putting it off for days and days to do this. They told me to make a YouTube yesterday on the Ace of Diamonds. They told me to make a YouTube on the Two of Diamonds. They told me to make a YouTube on the Three of Diamonds. I didn't because I knew I was going to be. I didn't know. They knew. My team knew that I was going to be doing it today. They wanted me to wait for the club season. It's almost like the clubs are here. This is about mental mastery. And because I am the Jack of Clubs, it would be very fitting for me to make the announcement about the King of Clubs. And then they even gave me my own King of Clubs. So I was bestowed the name Cassie Derwin. Cassie Derwin has her own birthday. Everything has a birthday. No matter this conversation right now is a King of Clubs because it has a birthday. It's going to be time stamped. So this video and this podcast is a King of Clubs. 12/5, December the 5th is a King of Clubs. Today is my brother-in-law's birthday. I don't know how old he is, but I could go to Miss Diamond's book. This is the book we study from. Lately, the last two study groups, I've been starting them on Clubhouse. I think we're moving to TikTok, but I'm not sure because I can't go live on TikTok. But we sit and we study. My aunts used to say they hate to see you have to go through a rough phase when you're in your 40s. It'd be rough. I understand. That's a death and a rebirth. 43, you're in a tomb. 43, you're carrying the cross. Yeah, it's a Christ-like story. And these are the cards. And the cards is a calendar. So at the age 44, you're carrying your cross. And it can get heavy. Think of Jesus. Then at 44, you go into the tomb. You go into the tomb. That's 3 years of your life. And then at 45 is the rebirth. And you go on and you start all over again. It's like the second leg of life. Like they say, what they call it, the 40 midlife crisis. It can feel like a midlife crisis because I've already went through it. But now knowing the cards and looking back on it, it makes me understand. And it also makes me understand the reason why I'm supposed to pay attention to these cards because the I truly am the other side's favorite. They can't stand me on this side, some of them, because they don't know what I'm saying. They don't get it. They don't know what's going to come out of my mouth. I'm very unpredictable. I'm a Gemini, so I can be this way, but I'm always into mental mastery. But the spirit world, I'm their baby. I'm their favorite. I can talk to Goddess and Girlfriend, which is my grandmother and her sister, both born on May the 25th. I can talk to them. I can remember stuff they said to me. I couldn't understand as a kid, but I know now they were the twins. Even though they wasn't physically the twins, they were the twins. They were that Gemini energy. And I have so many. I have so many Gemini. I have my North Node and my South Node. I'm gonna put it that way. In these people, in these cards, in these energies, in their zodiac sign. All I need is a birthday. All I need is, I understand what Candelo said. He didn't want me to be an automatic reader. All I need is your birthday. And because it's mental mastery, I can close my eyes and see what spirit is trying to show me. It's good to have these books because we follow the United States. And right now the United States is on plate 67. So when I look at my book and I look at because these are age spreads. So when I look at this book and I look on plate 67, which makes the United States 247 years old, right? So I look at this and you always look for yourself. So today, if I'm looking at the King of Clubs is sitting Jupiter, Mars. Jupiter is faith, and Mars is outward desires. The things that I'm desiring, I have to have faith in it. I have faith that I am going to do some readings today because I'm running a special. And it's going to get you ready for 2024. So if anybody want to get a reading for $55 for today, reach out to me. And you can get it the entire month of December. December the 31st is the last day for this special. So you can pay today and you can even book it for next year. But you have to get it done. You have to pay me before December the 31st. So and it's a limited time. I ain't finna read you for hours and hours and hours. What we're gonna do is look at and explain. You're gonna write some notes because we're preparing you with these cards so you can know how to use your own energy. It's one thing for me to tell you, but it's another thing for you to know and you to sit with and you to look at. So I'm looking at faith. I'm looking at having faith, but I'm looking at my outward desires. I gotta have faith that the universe told me to write it all out. So I wrote it all out. As soon as I finished writing it all out, somebody called me. And of course, me loving to talk because I'm a club, I wanted to push the phone and answer it. But because I listened to a source higher than me, it told me don't answer the phone. Don't answer that phone. You're working. You're writing down what you want. So I didn't answer the phone. They text me. And I felt like, oh my God, they just want to talk. And Spirit say they can talk for $55. So I came and played in water. Whenever I have something going on, either I take a shower or take a bath, or I go wash the dishes, or I go wash the clothes. But I'm playing in the water because I know water holds information. Water holds information from the divine feminine. And so I go and play in the water and it tell me to send it to them. Either they want it or they don't. And then once I sent it to them and I gave them the information to read, because it's something to read, I'm not doing it all for you. I sent them how I can receive, and then we can go forward from there. I'm not saying they're not going to, but they didn't at that time. But I did need to let them know. I did need to let them know that I'm available that way. When I'm here If you come in here right now and you ask me a question, I may answer it. When I'm on stage on Clubhouse, ask the question, I may answer it. Whenever I'm wherever I'm at, I'm on stage. But when you call me or text me on my private time, that's when spirit is showing me how divinely protected and that the universe will provide for me. And it's like magic. I wanted to put it out on Saturday, I think one of them days I was getting ready to put something out. And it told me, don't put it out until you receive a cash app. And I was like, what? Why I'm going to receive a cash app? It said, don't put it out until you receive a cash app. Ifa Bayo, who did Sunday's Best, one of the first shows I was on Facebook, she made a post because every December she make a post of, I don't know if it's 30 days, but she make a post every day for the month of December of people that are in the spiritual community, and she gives them their flowers that way. Well, the second day, so I think it was the second day, she made me her post. She was saying thank you, and she was inspired by me continuing because a lot of people thought I had stopped doing what I do, but I didn't. It's just that I had to think of another way to do it, because when spirit removes me from one place, or it's always something else. When you clear a space, it's not going to stay empty because the universe can see an empty space. So the universe cleared a space, and now it puts this in place. I don't have Facebook. I don't have Instagram, but I have YouTube, which was told to me way in the beginning, go live on YouTube, and I didn't. And I have my podcast, and I have Clubhouse, and my podcast is everywhere that you can listen to podcasts on. I think I'm even on Audible now. I'm not sure. But so today's energy, the King of Clubs. It's about mental mastery. It's about sitting on your throne. And what it is that you know that you know that. Today, they were letting me know I can see through your tricks because I am a psychic. I don't mean to offend, nor do I mean to pretend. I am who I am. And that's what it is. It is what it is. I am who I am. I can't hide from me any longer. Like I said, I don't mean to offend, but I'm not going to pretend that. The one thing people say about me is, I know you will tell me the truth. And being that person, I like to reciprocate the same. I want the truth. The truth can be painful, but once you move past the pain, there's an empty space for the universe to put something good there. When you go through the pain, if I go through all of this and get through Pluto, my reward is the Eight of Hearts. The Eight of Hearts is power over people. What I do, I want to have power over changing how people think. You don't have to. We're no longer in the Piscean age, so everything that was looked at, maybe when some people were coming up that was shameful, they not ashamed of that no more. They just want the truth. They stand in their truth. That's how come men wear pants or wear dresses and makeup just as much. We're recycled energy. If you look back at the Egyptian statues and look at the what are they called, pharaohs and stuff, they had on makeup. They wore skirts. They slept with men. They did. They had a harem of women, and then they would even castrate men that was taking care of the women, their concubines, so that they didn't sleep with them. You only can sleep with me. But y'all know them women was sleeping with other people because other people babies came up. Moses wasn't even who he said he was. You know what I'm saying? People do stuff. Nobody's ashamed of that stuff anymore. Only you are, if you are. Only you are, if you are. If you're not, you're not. But I was gifted the King of Clubs today, and C.J. Freeman came to hang out because it is his Earth Day, so it is his solar return. So I'm looking. I study the King of Clubs because that is my Jupiter card. That is about faith. I have to have faith, and I do have faith. I have faith, and sometimes I may come off different, but that's just your witnessing faith. You are truly within my journey witnessing faith and me revealing my truth to myself. That's what you're witnessing. Sometimes I'm up and sometimes I'm down, but so is the moon and the sun. Sometimes it's out and sometimes it's in. Right now it's very cloudy, but the sun is telling me I'm still up here. It's just some other stuff up here with me. The sun is not in the sky alone, and neither are we. We're not here alone. We may think everybody that has a costume is the only bodies that here. There is a whole bunch of nobodies, and I talk to them. So this is Cassie D. If you're looking for me to get a reading, just reach out. Just reach out on TikTok. If you know, you know. That's all I can say. If you know, you know. And most times, people that need to get in touch with me, they find a way. That's your job. Follow the yellow brick road. Happy King of Clubs, C.J. Freeman. Happy Born Day, George. And anybody holding the King of Clubs, hey, Carol. Anybody holding the King of Clubs, hey, Cassie. I'm saying hey to everybody else, and I didn't say hey to Cassie. Wisdom say who? Cassie Derwin. Cards and Conversation with a K. Oh, y'all know I don't be knowing how to do this stuff. Okay, Anchor out, and so is YouTube. Peace, y'all.